The sky over Neo-Berlin lit up with a green glow as the Novani ship pierced the atmosphere. Its arrival caused chaos among the Earth forces, who had not expected such a bold return from the enemy. As alarms blared and fighters took off, Jake and Zara watched from the apartment window, their hearts torn between hope and fear. "This is your chance to go home," Jake said, his voice cracking slightly. Zara looked at him, her eyes shining with a mix of emotions. "You are my home now, Jake." Before they could decide their next move, the door burst open. David entered, followed by a squad of soldiers. "I'm sorry, Jake. I couldn't keep the secret." Jake was handcuffed and dragged out of the apartment while Zara was restrained with a force field. Their eyes met one last time before they were separated. At the military base, Jake faced a court-martial, accused of high treason. The trial was broadcast globally, a spectacle designed to boost troop morale by showing the punishment of a traitor. But then, something unexpected happened. Zara, using her techno-empathic ability, managed to hack the communication system. Her image appeared on all screens, her voice echoing through every speaker. "People of Earth," she began. Her voice translated into every language. "I have come to speak for Jake Miller and the truth we have both discovered." What followed was a heart-wrenching testimony. Zara revealed the desperation of the Novanis, their fear of extinction, and how misunderstanding and mutual fear had led to a war neither species truly desired. Jake, freed from his restraints in the confusion, joined her. Together, they told their story of how understanding and compassion had triumphed over hatred and prejudice. "This war is based on a lie," Jake declared. "Both humans and Novanis have been deceived by leaders who preferred conflict over communication." Their words, and the evident connection between them, began to resonate. In the streets, civilians started to question the war. In the trenches, soldiers lowered their weapons, looking at each other with newfound understanding. Admiral Helena Voss, the leader of the Earth forces, listened intently. She saw in Jake and Zara not just two individuals, but the potential for something greater. "Stop the trial," she finally ordered. "I want to speak with them and with the Novani leaders." What followed were weeks of tense negotiations. Jake and Zara became impromptu mediators, navigating the complexities of two cultures just beginning to understand each other. 6 months later, in a historic event broadcast to Earth and the Novani home planet, the Neo-Berlin Treaty was signed. The war was over. A new era of cooperation and mutual understanding had begun. Jake and Zara, named Goodwill ambassadors, traveled between the two worlds. Their love, now accepted and celebrated, became a symbol of what was possible when the barriers of fear and mistrust were broken down. On their first official trip to the Novani planet, Jake looked out the window of the ship, marveling at the blue world approaching. Zara, beside him, intertwined her fingers with his. "Did you ever imagine we'd end up like this?" Jake asked. Zara smiled, her skin emitting a soft glow of happiness. "Maybe not exactly like this, but from the moment you saved me, I knew together we could achieve the impossible." As the ship descended towards a new world and a new future, Jake and Zara prepared for their next great adventure. Building a bridge between two species that were once enemies, but now had the chance to become allies, friends, and perhaps even family. The war was over, but their story, the story of a love that transcended the stars and changed the destiny of two worlds, was just beginning.